What if the silence you're hearing from heaven isn't silence at all? You've been praying, asking, pouring your heart out for a sign, a breakthrough, for anything, and all you're getting back is what feels like an echo in an empty room. But what if that quiet is actually an answer you haven't learned to recognize yet? What if God has been speaking to you this whole time, not in the thunder and parted seas we expect, but in quiet, everyday ways that are easy to miss? The answers you're looking for might already be here. The only question is, are you ready to see them? We've all been there, on our knees in the car, late at night, just sending prayers up and hoping for a response that's loud and clear. We grow up with stories of burning bushes and voices from the clouds, so we kind of expect our own answers to be just as dramatic. When weeks, months, or even years go by and nothing changes, it's easy to feel discouraged, unheard, or even forgotten. It's a lonely place, and it can shake even the strongest faith. But God's ways aren't always our ways. His answers are often far more subtle and, honestly, more profound than we expect. They don't always arrive to change our circumstances. Sometimes they arrive to change us in the middle of our circumstances. Today we're looking at 7 practical and sometimes surprising signs that God is, in fact, answering your prayer. These aren't huge, flashy miracles, but quiet reassurances and gentle nudges that prove He's listening and at work in your life. Stick around, because you might just find out your breakthrough is already happening. A sudden urge or restlessness to pray or prepare. The first sign is something you might just brush off, a sudden inner restlessness. It's a feeling that something is about to shift. This isn't anxiety, it's a deep spiritual nudge. You might get an unexplainable urge to pray more, or wake up in the middle of the night with a specific person on your heart, or just feel a need to start getting ready for something you can't even see yet. This spiritual restlessness is a powerful sign that God is working behind the scenes. It's Him stirring your spirit, getting you ready for the answer He's preparing. It's a call to get on the same page with what He's about to do. So when you feel that pull to get closer to Him, to get your house in order, or to prepare your heart for a change, pay attention. It's often the very first signal that your answer is on the way, and God is inviting you to be part of it. Peace that doesn't make sense. The second sign is one of the most personal and profound. You feel a deep, unexplainable peace. Your situation hasn't changed. The storm is still raging. The report is still the same. The pressure is still on. But right in the middle of it all, a sense of calm just washes over you. This is the peace the Apostle Paul described in Philippians 4:7, a peace that surpasses all understanding. It's a peace that defies logic. This isn't wishful thinking. It's a supernatural gift from God. It's His way of taking the weight off your shoulders, letting you know that even if you can't see the way out, He is in complete control. This peace is God's immediate response, guarding your heart and mind and reassuring you that He's heard you. This calm isn't the absence of the problem, but the presence of God right in the middle of it. It's His way of saying, I've got this. Answered prayers. Just not how you expected. The third sign is about recognizing that God's answers don't always look the same. They often come in one of 3 ways: yes, no, or wait. We all love the yes answers. They're validating and exciting. But a no or a wait is just as much of an answer, and seeing it that way is a big sign of spiritual growth. Sometimes you pray for a specific door to open, and it stays shut. That closed door isn't silence. It's a no. It's divine protection. It's God redirecting you from a path that wasn't right for you. Proverbs 16:9 reminds us that while we make our plans, it's the Lord who directs our steps. At other times, the absence of an answer is the answer. If you're praying for direction and nothing new is happening, God might be telling you to stay put and trust Him. A wait is maybe the hardest one, but it's still an answer. It means God is at work, preparing you or the situation. Realizing that no and wait are valid answers from a God who sees the whole picture is a powerful sign that you're truly in conversation with Him. Help and support from others. This next sign is one we often miss because it feels so normal. God frequently answers prayers through other people. You pray for guidance, and a friend calls out of nowhere with the exact wisdom you needed. You pray about a financial need, and a relative offers unexpected help. You pray for a little encouragement, and a stranger says something kind that lifts your whole day. Elder Jeffrey R. Holland, a leader in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, taught, "Prayers are answered, most of the time, by God using other people. God works through His community and even through people who don't know Him to meet our needs. He sends them to be His hands and feet. We're often so busy looking for a standalone miracle that we miss the miracle standing right in front of us in the form of a friend, a mentor, or a loved one. When help shows up through the people in your life, recognize it for what it is, a direct and loving answer to your prayer." We're about halfway through, and I'd love to hear from you. Which of these signs have you seen in your own life? Maybe you've felt that unexplainable peace, or God sent someone at the perfect moment. Share your story in the comments. Your experience could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to keep going. And if this is hitting home for you, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Repeated messages or signs. The fifth sign is when you start noticing a theme. Have you ever been praying about something and suddenly you start seeing the same Bible verse pop up everywhere? You hear it in a sermon, a friend sends it to you, then you drive by it on a billboard. Or maybe it's not a verse, but a specific word, an idea, or a symbol that keeps showing up over and over. That's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. When God wants to get a message to you, He'll often repeat it through different channels to make sure you're paying attention. It's His way of highlighting what He wants you to see or confirming the path He wants you to take. When you see the same message on repeat, it's a good sign that God is speaking. He's underlining His answer so you don't miss it. Pay attention to these patterns. They are God's persistent and loving way of guiding you. Open doors and new opportunities. The sixth sign is usually one of the most exciting, an unexpected open door. You've been praying for a breakthrough, and out of nowhere, an opportunity appears. A job offer you didn't even apply for, an invitation that fits your passions perfectly, or a surprising solution to a problem that felt impossible. These open doors are often God's direct answer to prayers for change or direction. In the book of Revelation, God says, "See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." Sometimes these doors don't look how we imagined. They might seem intimidating or feel like a huge responsibility, and we might even hesitate to walk through them. But when a door opens that lines up with what you've been praying for, it's an invitation to take a step of faith. It's God clearing a path and asking you to walk into the new thing He's doing in your life. Increased resilience and strength. And finally, the seventh sign is one of the most transformative because it's entirely internal. Your circumstances might not have changed one bit, but you have. You realize you have a new strength, patience, or resilience that you didn't have before. The very trial you've been asking God to take away is the very thing He is using to build you up. The book of James says to consider it joy when you face trials, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. This growing strength is a direct answer to prayer. God may not have moved the mountain, but He's giving you the strength to climb it. You're becoming more patient, more compassionate, more dependent on Him. This inner growth is a profound sign that God is at work. He's answering your prayer not by changing the situation, but by strengthening your spirit. It's a sign that He is giving you His power, which is made perfect in your weakness. These are 7 powerful, practical signs that God is answering your prayer, even in the silence. From that restlessness in your spirit to the peace in your heart. From the no that protects you to the people He sends to help you. From the repeated messages to the open doors. And finally to the strength that builds you from the inside out. God's answers are all around us, but they require us to pay attention. They ask us to look beyond our desire for a big show and to see His hand in the small, everyday movements of our lives. If you've been feeling discouraged, I hope this brings you some encouragement. I challenge you to look back over the last few weeks or months. Where have you seen these signs? Start looking for His fingerprints. They're there. He hears you, He sees you, and He is working things out for your good. Keep praying, keep listening, and keep trusting. Your answer might be closer than you think.